Hi guys, today I'm going to be doing an update on the case of Rebekah Byler. She was a 23-year-old Amish mother who was pregnant, and she was slaughtered in her own home, and her two young children were there to witness the horrible event. And so today that's what I'm going to be talking to you about. I've done a short intro video, one of those 60-second reels type videos on this, so today I'm going to go a little bit deeper into the case. As always, I'm drinking Bones coffee. I've got some iced coffee today. I am actually drinking the French vanilla flavor of Bones coffee. Make sure and check out my affiliate links. If you like coffee, check them out. They've also got all kinds of fun swag and even some hot chocolate for those of you that don't like coffee. Make sure and check that out, because every time you use one of my affiliate links, it does help me make more videos. So I appreciate your support in that manner. Now, Rebekah Byler, on February 26th of this year, she was slaughtered in her own home. Now, her husband had gone to work for the morning with a driver. We are talking about in Amish country, Pennsylvania. So they were an Amish family. Her husband had gone to work that morning with a driver, and he had come home halfway through the day, and he found his wife slaughtered in the front room floor. His two children, ages 2 and 3, were unharmed, and the driver called 911. And within 6 days, within a week, Sean Cranston, 52, was arrested. He lived 8 miles away. He was a truck driver. No one still understands the motive, but there were several things that led to him. Now, Rebekah was 6 months pregnant, so not only was this a homicide, it's a dual homicide, because her baby was lost as well, unfortunately. Now, Rebekah suffered several sharp forced wounds to her neck and also a shot to the head. And when the investigators found her, it looked like there was an attempting to scalp her for some reason. They haven't gone into detail about those wounds, but there were several reports that there were scalping type wounds to this poor mother. No one can figure out why this happened, and we all would hope that the children were asleep in another part of the house and didn't have to witness this horrible thing, but unfortunately that's not the case. The 3-year-old son, actually, when he was talking to the police, identified some unusual tennis shoes that the murderer wore when he was attacking his mother. And the police department found these red and black Nikes hidden underneath a mattress in a camper on Cranston's property. So that was one thing that kind of links the two together. Also, witnesses drove by, saw a red Jeep in the driveway, which is unusual. Of course, we're talking an Amish family. They wouldn't have a red Jeep. And this was in their property. So this was unusual. Also, there was several other pieces of evidence that were linking these two homes. There was a glove found at Cranston's house that matches a piece of a glove that was found at the crime scene. Also, they said within a day, within about 24 hours, they had eyes on this man. Now, this man had come to this home at 2 other times. Allegedly, we have to say allegedly because obviously this has not gone through the court system yet, but this man allegedly had come to the property 2 other times, both in disturbing manners. This man had driven for this family before, and supposedly that was the excuse for him to be there. But at one point in time, the husband found this man on his property in the barn or near the barn between 10 and 10:30 p.m. This happened about 3 weeks before his wife was murdered, and he confronted the man and asked him what he was doing on the property. The man said he was looking to buy the property, and I haven't seen anything that showed that the property was for sale, but this was the excuse that was given 3 weeks prior, and the husband was able to identify the Cranston in the courtroom. He did believe that that was the same man that he saw at 10:30 that evening. Now, January 11th, between 3:30 and 4 in the afternoon, this man showed up another time at this property, dressed completely in black from head to toe, with a gun on in his holster on his hip, and was acting odd again, and was asking about attending their church services. Of course, this man never showed up to the church services. So, what was this man doing on the property? I'm afraid this man had this planned. To me, that points to premeditation. He was scouting out the place to find out when the husband wasn't there. Obviously, the husband was there at night. He was not necessarily there in the afternoon. And so, unfortunately, I'm afraid that this is what this leads to. Of course, we don't know for sure until it goes through a trial and we find out. Nobody has ever mentioned a motive in this case. Now, there was a rumor that a family member of Cranston said that he had been upset with a different Amish family because they had adopted his grandson and he wanted his grandson back. I don't know, because I have never been able to find anything else to substantiate that story, and why he would attack this Amish family if they're not the ones that had his grandson. So to me, that doesn't really hold water, unless it was one of those things that he had devised in his mind, that all Amish were terrible because of this incident with his grandson. So we will have to wait and see. Maybe they will psychoanalyze this man and find out if he had some kind of mental illness, if he had some kind of proclivity towards violence. We won't know until it gets through the court system, unfortunately. But I told you I would keep you updated as I have information. And so far, this man has been caught. He is set to stand trial, and like I said, they've already publicly announced 2 or 3 pieces of information that that links him to this case. There's some pretty good evidence. Also, the red Jeep, he did have a red Jeep, and that was seen in the driveway. And also, it looks as if the tire treads match some markings that were left in the driveway. So we have several pieces of evidence. Of course, we have to say allegedly in all of this at this point because of legal purposes. But right now, it looks like they have their man. Unfortunately, we may never know why he did this or how he could do this, how he could brutally take a beautiful young woman's life and the unborn child as well. I mean, if she's 6 months pregnant, it was obvious it's not something that she was probably hiding at that point. So how someone could break into a young woman's home and brutally slaughter her and see her pregnant belly while he does it, I don't understand the mindset of someone like this. But we can only hope that this family finds a little bit of peace and that the community rallies around them to help and support those poor children who now do not have a mother and who have had to witness something so graphic. So I will keep you updated as information comes. But as of right now, we're towards the end of March as I'm recording this, and that's the information we have so far. So make sure and stay tuned. I will let you know when I find out something. And then, of course, check out Bones Coffee. I'll see you later.